It's not about aging. It's about rejuvenating and getting and staying strong. All right, imagine this. You are in a Hollywood blockbuster movie. You're running for your life. Bullets are flying. Predators coming down on you. Arnold screaming, "Get to the chopper," right? He's not suggesting you take a leisurely stroll. You are running for your life, and Hollywood makes it look easy. But realistically, it's not really that easy. Ask yourself, when was the last time you went in for a full out sprint? Do you want to hear something shocking? A number of studies have shown that 70% of adults never sprint after the age of 30. So, what ends up happening to your body? What if you had to run, literally, for your life? Could you run for your life? And is running the key to your life? When I first started sprinting again in my 50s, I realized something pretty humbling. My ankles were weak. I almost rolled one just walking after my first sprint, and that was a wake up call. If I needed to run, I might not be able to. Remember being a kid? You ran everywhere, tag, sports, chasing the school bus. Then what? Life happens. Work, stress, gravity, you stop sprinting. Adults don't need to run around like crazy and sprint all day long, right? Unless you're playing a performance sport like a soccer or something like that, right? But your joints will adapt. Your muscles lose those fast twitch fibers, and your sprinting ability goes into retirement. But why sprinting matters? The benefits, they're real measurable benefits backed by research. Sprinting is not just cardio, it's explosive strength. It recruits fast twitch muscle fibers responsible for power, reaction time, and stability, which is important because many adults lose that as they age. Your sprint intervals stimulate things like testosterone and human growth hormone. Sprint intervals will stimulate things like testosterone and human growth hormone. These are hormones linked to muscle maintenance, metabolism, and energy later in life. These are all incredibly important things to maintain, manage, and increase as you age. Sprinting also triggers the release of endorphins, which are natural stress relievers. And got a video or two up about stress. Compared to jogging, sprinting burns way more calories per minute. You can burn hundreds of calories in a few intense bursts that might take jogging much longer to match. And because sprinting elevates your metabolism afterward, thanks to excess post oxygen consumption, they call it EPOC, your body keeps burning calories even at rest. Here's another twist. Long, slow jogging can increase cortisol. That's your stress hormone. When done excessively, because the body stays in a prolonged stress response state. In contrast, your short, high intensity sprints actually reduce overall stress chemicals when balanced with rest and recovery. These trigger beneficial hormonal responses. And for me, it's the striking. Like you jog for 5 miles, that is a lot of impact. Your foot is hitting the ground, your knees and your hips are taking that stress. Sprinting reduces the amount of time you're actually impacting the pavement. It's less wear and tear on everything, joints, bones, ligaments. But sprinting doesn't have to be on your feet. You can sprint on a bike, right? Those interval classes, or in the pool, doing laps like I like. Swimming at a vigorous pace really burns calories, even more so than running, and it's way more joint friendly, especially if you've got knee or ankle issues. For example, a 30-minute vigorous swim can burn as much as moderate running, and unlike running, again, it's low impact. It's great for rehab. But the bottom line here is, are your ankles strong enough to sprint? Even if you're jogging or running, if your body's not conditioned to take it up to the next level, you have a really high percentage of turning an ankle. If you compare a mile run to a mile swim, here's the kicker. Running is weight bearing and improves bone density, while swimming gives a full body workout and supports joints with buoyancy. These are both powerful in different ways. Like a short sprint run taxes bones and muscles, water supports you,
while still demanding full body effort. I've been trying to mix it up, but as far as the hardcore, ankle striking sprinting goes, no more than once a week. Sprinting is high impact. You can injure ligaments or joints if you jump in without preparation. You have to start slow, build ankle strength, glute stability, and mobility first. Obviously, you could do a coach, you should talk to a doctor, right? The warm ups, ankles, knees, your hips will thank you. But even those short intervals, like 10 to 20 seconds, all out with proper rest, done just 1 or 2 times a week, can drive massive benefits without getting in those long runs every day. So, could you run for your life if it came to it? Maybe not yet. But with simple sprint intervals or alternatives like cycling and swimming bursts, you can build explosive power, drop stress, and raise hormones linked to strength and longevity. The clock doesn't define your speed, your choices do. I can link some sources below.
Vitamin C, you really got to get it from a natural source. These are the calamansi. It's they call the Asian lime, cross between a mandarin orange and an actual lime. They're pretty tiny, but they have a really, really interesting vitamin and mineral profile, about 8 milligrams of vitamin C per calamansi. Of course, regular old lemon juice. And I like to add a bit more of a citrus profile. This is the Dalandan. It's kind of like an orange and kind of like a lime. So just juicing this all the time, adding it to soda water, adding it to a blender with ice. Get a lot of vitamin C from natural sources.